Parenting skills for the real world, survival, and the basics. So just a reminder, each category is unique to each person as well as its degree of importance. We've gone over this before. So, and even with survival and the basics, using the term basic, you would think that would be a broad sweeping category, but someone's survival and basics are going to be very unique, just like every other category. So that could include safety, food, water, air, conservation, shelter, taking care of your health, preparation, feeling secure, not taking risk, prepared for unexpected events, maintaining status quo, planning for the future, working hard at a job. And I can even kind of like show how like some of these can conflict with each other and be slightly different. So say you have a high need for survival in the basics. So, and you fulfill that high need by working hard at a job, but you actually take a lot of risk when you're working hard at your job so that you can make more money. And that would be something way out of somebody else's comfort zone when it comes to their need for survival and basics. And you can see this like with couples someone who wants to work hard at their job and they take a lot of risks, and that does put their finances at risk, but they don't see it that way, but another person, their spouse, is terrified because these risks that they're taking could compromise what they've spent so much time to save up for. I'm not saying someone's right or wrong. What I'm saying is it's really easy to see where personal preference conflicts can come in to play in any relationship when you haven't taken a moment to stop and see what your needs are and someone else's needs, and where are they having conflict over your personal preferences. And the more you're aware of them, the better chance you have at working through them and actually accepting them and having a healthy cognitive behavior technique to be prepared when you feel like a little bit stressed out or anxious or frightened when someone else is fulfilling their need in their own unique way. And that kind of helps you to have more acceptance and less tolerance, because a lot of people are tolerating things, but tolerance is more of something I would throw out there for racism. Like there might be someone who's super racist and they might tolerate somebody, but that's really not a feeling that you would want to put in your intimate relationships. Another example would be taking care of your health. That could be a wide spectrum. I know a lot of people who they think taking care of their health means drinking those prepackaged, food drinks that's a meal in a bottle, and going to the gym and working out for 3 hours a day, and they don't actually eat any type of vegetables, but they get all their vitamins and nutrition from those bottled drinks. While other people might be vegan and they never touch meat, and they grow their own garden in the back, and that's how they consider taking care of their health. This is not about right or wrong. Is this need important to you? In this specific aspect within the category, such as taking care of your health, and within that, how does it look for you? And how does it look for others? So, again, air. That seems kind of silly, but I'm a former scuba instructor, so other people's need for air, I can kind of play with that a little bit. I'm comfortable going scuba diving. I love it, while other people are terrified of the idea of doing that. Shelter. Your basics for a shelter can vary. I've been a teacher in a lot of different places, and I've seen students who live in a single wide trailer that's actually divided into 2 apartments. And that's their shelter. While other people might think that my home, a small 3-bedroom house in the suburbs, that would never fit their standard of a basic shelter, and they would want something bigger or with more luxury or amenities. It's not a right or wrong. It's just what fulfills your needs in the way that leaves you feeling fulfilled and happy. So planning for the future, #adulting, that a lot of people are not saving for retirement, while other people have already got enough saved up. Maintaining the status quo, that's a really interesting one. A lot of people will parent and then say, oh my gosh, I sound just like my mom, or oh, I sound just like my dad, without actually stopping and thinking, okay, well, did that help? Did it work? I don't need us to judge how our parents parented us, But we do have the unique ability to stop and go, okay, well, my parents did this, and this did actually work for me. But my parents did this as well, and this didn't help. This actually made me feel the need to go out and rebel more. And you can take that information and think about it and take the time with it. I used a lot of watching my friends' parents and my parents. I've always enjoyed behavior. I've always enjoyed watching how things unfold and seeing things. And I looked and I saw my friends who rebelled the least and got in the least amount of trouble. And I kind of looked at how their parents interacted with them and how they talked about their parents and tried to pick and choose, what was unique about each parent that did work and didn't work, as well as doing tons of research once I was a mother and my child was 2 years old and going through the terrible twos like anybody else. And now she's 19 going on 20. And when people hear that and they don't know what I do, their first reaction is, yikes, you have a 19-year-old. Oh, I'm so sorry. And people have been doing that since she turned 13. They automatically think that as a teenager, your child's going to go through teenage angst and say, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. And that is not the case. I'm proof of that, and my daughter is proof of that you are able to get a child through that without going through the knockdown, drag out, fighting in the rain. So again, look at these categories and decide what works for you and what is fulfilling your needs. So what does basics and survival look like to you? Do you totally disagree on some of the things I just said? Again, we talked about that. I'm comfortable. My self-confidence is completely diluted, and I walk around thinking that I'm amazing. So you're not going to hurt my feelings. What does survival and the basics look like to them? That's something I look at all the time. When I'm working with children, I'm not just trying to change them. I'm trying to get to know them, to figure out what is it that is leading to them. What is the antecedent in your observations that's not fulfilling a need, that's leading to them acting in a way that's so socially inappropriate that they've had to come to me? I don't just want to change somebody. I'm trying to help them learn how to fulfill their needs independent from me. If the child behaves only with me, I'm not successful. If the child behaves in all the different generalized areas that he can be placed in, or when he is feeling negative, he or her is able to walk himself through it, that's where success is occurring, because I'm successful when I am not needed.